60 seconds.
Okie dokie. I shall go to you. Are you okay? Because I was a bit worried like you weren't around.
No, that's all right. I've been out. Well, hello, everybody. Tonight's one-to-one is with Jenna Pettigrew of Liverpool. Very special guest. She and Bossman do the live Subfest, and she's got a son with ADHD and HD rather, and that's how she started in YouTube, I believe. So I'm just going to check it if it's on. Yes, it's on now. It's on my channel on YouTube.
I've got it.
So welcome, Pixie. So sorry about the delay with this, Jenna, but I've only just got in and I've been trying to get in touch with you. Bossman said hello. Can you see the chat at the moment?
Yeah, literally just popped up. Hi, Chris.
And Robert Stanton's here as well. He's from the States.
Hi, Bossman.
So, and Jeanette. Oh, we've got them all in tonight. Yeah. That's good then. So, Jenna, could you tell us a bit more about yourself? Because I have watched quite a lot of your videos today, and I don't really know a lot about you. I know you're 33 and your birthday's in October. No, you're 32 now, 33 in October.
Yeah, you really made me upset then.
Sorry. Well, I put a year on you, you know. It's better to be older, you know.
I still say I'm 21, thank you very much. Now everyone's going to know.
Well, all they've got to do is look back on your videos and then you find out all this information, don't you? It's all up there. So, how was you as a schoolgirl? Was you bright at school?
I did not like school at all. I was that kid that faked the sickness every day.
Yes.
I was very shy. To be honest with you, I wish I could actually do my school life over again as I am now.
Yeah, because... Yeah, carry on, Jeanette, sorry.
Yeah, I've come out with myself now, you see, and, you know, I'm more sociable and more friendly and more confident now. I absolutely adored going to sixth form. I was there every single day. Obviously more friends in sixth form, so I enjoyed sixth form, and then I was like, I wish like the rest of my school life was like sixth form. So yeah, I wasn't the best at school, but when I started coming out of my shell, it was a bit too late.
Yeah, I can understand that. So was you bullied at all at school then?
I wasn't bullied, but I was that little quiet person that sat in the corner.
Yeah, yeah. And was your secondary education, or you know, the top of education? I can't remember now what they call it. It's been a long time since I was at school.
We were primary school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not actually from Liverpool. I'm actually from Widnes, which is literally the next town over. But there's a lot different to Liverpool accents, and I did sort of like feel out of place because my accent was different, and other people did think I was a bit strange with a different accent. So I moved from Widnes to Liverpool when I was 10, no 8. So it was quite a big move. So I think to be honest, but then again, even when I was in Widnes, I still didn't like school.
Yeah.
So I was.
So if you had your chance then now to go back to further education, would you?
Yes, I'd go back to. I wish I could go back in time and be who I am now. Then.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd do it all a lot differently.
And what would you do? What would you do different then?
I'd be me.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be a bit more confident. And I'd actually probably go to school rather than just pretend to be sick all the time. I didn't do badly, because I never went to school that much. I didn't do badly.
Yeah,
I mean, I
well,
never used to say to mum, going to school and then bunk off. I wouldn't do that. I was just like, Mum, I'm not well today, or you know, just late or something, and be late for school, where my mum would feel really bad sending me in late. But my son now, school, because I wouldn't
yeah.
let him.
So how is he doing at school? Because I mean, I know that he suffers with ADHD. So
Yes.
And I watched your videos on it. That his attention span and
Yeah.
he's hyperactive and all like that. But
Yeah.
how did he do at school? You know, because I presume he goes to special school, does he, or does he go to mainstream?
No, I wanted to keep him in mainstream. Oh God, it's such a. Well, he had septicemia when he was like 18 months. So yeah, he lost all his motor skills. He couldn't walk or talk or sit or anything. He had to relearn all that. So then after that he had what's it called? He had this
Meningitis.
Like a special thing that came out. No, he had that. I mean,
yeah.
I can't remember. He had Portage. This was like a preschool thing that they come out and they help them.
Yeah.
And then when he went to mainstream, when he started reception, the teacher noticed he was behind, but then she said, "Oh well, because of what he had, it set him back about 6 months."
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense because he had to learn everything again. So it kind of made sense that he was behind. But then when it got to like year 2, year 3, it was like, it can't be that. It's got to be something else. So they thought it was he was dyslexic. Test until year 4. So all this time from when he first started school to year 4, he wasn't receiving any sort of help or support. So he was always behind. Then when he had the test, the Senko said dyslexic because he actually couldn't sit there long enough to concentrate to do the test. The assessments came in for ADHD. So it wasn't until the start of year 5 that he actually started getting one-to-one support.
Yeah.
So obviously when he got diagnosed for it, then me and him, but separately, done like an ADHD course at the foundation, which was very helpful. So this is being, like I said, this is being going on literally from like day 1, and he's just started secondary school now. A week into secondary school, I've just been told that he possibly is autistic as well.
Which,
so,
but I mean, you seem to have a great relationship with him. Although I did watch one of your videos. Well, I've watched quite a few today, going all the way back again. And in one of them, you said you tend to lose your temper by shouting at him, and you would like to be a lot more quieter. Yes, you realise that yourself. So how are you coping then? Are you managing to not shout so much?
I think that kind of, I don't know, people say, oh God, you know, I lose my temper. And I think that just comes into that you're only human and who you are. You can't, I mean, don't get me wrong, I try. But you know, when you're telling someone the same thing 24/7,
yeah,
it's kind of like, I'll tell him, and I'm telling him and telling him and telling him, and every time I told him, harder, because I'm myself, like one after each other, so it's kind of difficult, and I know I shouldn't do it.
Yeah, I can understand the frustration that you must, you know, it's a lot of pressure in it, a lot of stress.
Yeah, it's just me and him. On top of all that, I still go to work.
Yeah.
I still suffer with my back. So it's kind of like a lot of, but as he's getting older, I'm noticing things he can't do for himself that he should be doing. Because he'd be 12 in February, and I'm like, he should be doing this, he should be doing that, but he's not. He still can't go and play out on his own.
Yeah.
He can't go to the shop. Yeah. He can't walk to school on his own. He can't come home. He can't go anywhere on his own.
Well, this is it. So you've got him for the rest of your life, haven't you? Really, because he's always going to need help.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, he's very high functioning. It's just that the main things about outside is he can't cross the street. Like, he just can't do it. He hasn't got that stop, look, and listen. He's always in a rush. And he can't tell the time, and he's got no concept of time.
Yeah.
So when I would say, it would be like a whole day. So when he tries to tell you something that's happened to him, you will literally get. So you know what? This happened to me yesterday. No, actually, it could have been last week. It might have been the other year, and that's what you'll get. So it's hard for him to narrate a story and tell you exactly when it happens.
Yeah, I can understand that then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you do a marvellous job anyway, you know, and I think that people on the chat will all agree with us. Do you want to take 5 minutes and have a quick look at what they've been saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, we've got Mary Reid on. We've got Amateur Fitness by Spider. We've got Pixie's channel on. Callum was like that when he was younger. So Jeanette's been through a similar thing and still going in. Aussie Mark's here and he says hello to us. So we've got 14 watching at present. We've got 7 likes. We're doing really well.
Brilliant.
She's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, we've got Owen in.
That when you see me screaming.
Oh, and we've got Happiness Sparkles in, which thank you for coming in, Happiness Sparkles. Really nice to see you in on the chat window as well.
Oh, there's a couple in that I don't know. Yeah,
and we've got Random Life Productions in as well, and she's already had a go about me wallpaper. Yeah, she don't like me wallpaper. The butterflies and things, you know, it's a random thing, you know, it's a standing joke, Jenna.
Oh, she won't like mine then. Do you want to see mine?
Yeah, go on then. Oh, look out, you'll have random on your back now all the time.
I like butterflies.
Yeah, so do I, and my wife does. You know, she likes butterflies.
Butterflies are nice. I'll wait for a comment on mine in a minute.
Yeah. So then, as we all understand, watching your videos, your past videos, you have got this thing about these twins from London, these Cray twins. It's funny because my partner's daughter, she's got 2 little Yorkshire Terriers type of dogs, and she calls them Ronnie and Reggie after the Cray.
I love that.
So, how long have you been interested in the Cray twins?
I watched the original movie with the Kemp brothers, but I was only young then, and it did interest me. Like, I am like massive, I into history. I love going on and researching things. And then I think it was when Legends came out. I was like, oh, I actually remember like the original film to that. And then I started just going on like I always used to, research. Every time I see something like a true story or something on the TV, I'll go and research it. But I've always knew about them. I remember watching the film. Like I said, I was only young then, so I didn't really take it on board. I just find them so interesting, and I just think it would have just been amazing to be around them times to see if the stories were true. What do you think about them then, Keith?
Oh, I like the history about him.
I like the history about him.
Yeah.
How have I got feedback then? Was that yours?
Was that yours?
No, I don't think so. I didn't hear any feedback, to be fair.
Yeah, I heard my voice again, and I have got the thing. Yeah, I've got the sound turned off on mine. Anyway, I can't hear it anymore. Yeah, I'm a bit like you. If I see any true stories on TV or true films or anything, documentaries, I always like to do a bit of research. But the question I've got after that, because you like the craze, is that the type of fella you go for? Yeah, the criminal type, you know.
No, not at all. No. But then saying that, I've been single for like 6 years now.
Yeah, but did you go for that type? You know, when you used to go out with fellas? Oh, so you're not interested now then? It's just that somebody asked me to ask you that.
Don't get me wrong. I think if it was Reg Cray you asked me out, I might say yes.
Oh, yeah. So it is that type of fella you go for?
No, it's not. I don't have a type.
I'm only joking.
You know what I mean? No, but I don't have a type. I'm just kind of like, if I like them, I don't. It's not a type.
Yeah.
But no, I try not to go out with a criminal if I could avoid it.
Yeah. I fully understand then.
I think it's just like I said, that I'm just so intrigued in the history of it.
Yeah.
And I think as well, it being in the era it was.
Yeah.
It's like a significant time period. You know, if the craze, if you've never heard anything like that before about any of the gangsters, really, that not in the UK.
Yeah.
And you never going to neither, to be honest.
So who else, or what other people do you research about? You know, are they all of the criminal fraternity, or do you research others?
I probably will say it's mainly criminology.
Yeah.
I just think it's just there's so much to research about it. But then obviously when I've watched stories on TV of like long lost families or adoptions and things like that, I'll Google that. Anything really that is like a fascinating story. I'd say about maybe 70% of it is probably of the criminal agenda, but not always.
Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is interesting.
Yeah, very much so it is.
Yeah, and that's why I enjoyed the videos that you put up about the craze. But now I don't know London that well, and I know certain parts. So could you tell me where those two graves are in London that you visited? The craze.
I've only been to London twice. I did go to the graves and Chingford in London. And it was from the centre of London. It probably took us about 10 hours to get there. Tubes, then we had to get a train, and then we had to get a bus. But Chingford is like a lovely little town, and it was really beautiful there. I've got to admit. But apparently, what I did read was that the reason why, because obviously they were from Bethnal Green, and they had the funerals in Bethnal Green in the church. The reason why they got buried in Chingford was because apparently when Reg and Francis were married, they planned to move to Chingford because it was a beautiful little town and it was away from the centre of London, and it was away from all the crime and stuff, and so that's why that was her dream to get buried there. So obviously he buried her there, and then it was like a family plot then.
Oh yeah, well I enjoyed that video anyway, you know, that you put on. Another thing that I found out about you, that you suffer with a thing called road rage. You do not like people that don't indicate, or people that are not very good at parking. So I wouldn't like to meet you on the road, because if you was a car following me, you would be ranting.
Right. So you're gonna get me into one now, because it's so annoying as well, because I work in like a pub and a restaurant, and over the road from us you've got like cafes and you've got a gym, and we open up a morning and our car park is already chocker. Big 4x4 from the women from the gym, all parking in disabled bays, leaving them there for like 2 hours. Customers in our pub are obviously we open for breakfast because there's nowhere to park.
Yeah,
so
I can understand that. I can understand why you have a bit of road rage, and that's one of my things as well.
I haven't got a bit, I've got a lot. And people say to me, you gotta calm down, and I'm like, well, I'll calm down when there's no stupid people on the road.
Yes, there's a lot of bad driving.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. Here's another one that I got. What topics besides bad driving and parking do you enjoy talking about? What's your interest?
I just love talking. Yeah,
like me, I do. You know, that's why I enjoy doing these.
Literally about absolutely anything. That's a hard question, really. Like, as in, like, in general conversation or on YouTube?
Well, any general conversation and YouTube, because I mean, there's a lot of interesting bloggers out there, or people such as Mel, who comes up with very interesting topics in his discussions, in his live broadcast that he does now.
On my channels, I do quite about like racism and stuff. I don't know if anyone has ever noticed that my son is half Bengali, and his dad is Muslim. I'm Catholic, so that kind of annoys me. Cause in our old house, we used to get a lot of harassment where I had to move. So I was getting, I got broken into, and my car stolen. I had my car smashed up numerous times. Calling us names and stuff, and it's just gangs of lads. You know, this was like 15-year-olds, and there was like 10 and 15 of them, and they just literally terrorized us. So obviously I still stood my ground with them. I went back and down, took them all to court, and even though they were threatening me and things like that and breaking in, I just wouldn't stand down from them. So I done what I said I was going to do, took them all to court, got them all done, moved out, and that's fine. My son has been called racist names, but schools obviously took action, but then said the kids don't really understand. They're just words that they've heard on TV or by other people. So racism to me is quite a hot topic.
Yeah, because I understood that from the videos that you've put up about that, you know, and one that I enjoyed watching was the religion in media, which I fully agree with
Yes.
your opinions on that, because it's, as you say, when they're interviewing Muslims, they put up they're Muslims. When they're interviewing white people, they never mention religion, which
No.
I fully agree with the opinions you have on that. So I'm just going to go to the comments, because Random Life's just said that's horrible, Jenna.
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
So
It was.
go on, carry on, Jenna.
It was a hard time. It was a hard time, but again, I'm not one to back down. And the thing is, if I back down, what does that show me, son? That people can be horrible and be racist and be mean to you, and you can just let them get away with it.
Yeah, agreed on that. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, we've had 22 watching. We've just gone down to 17. Yeah. So this is the most I've ever had watching, and the chat window is very, very active. So has anybody got any questions for this young lady? You know,
Very young. I don't get old on a basis. I get younger. It goes down.
Yeah, 21 again. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Oh, this up me. One big thank you. Uncle Dan 58 has been subbed by quite a few in the live chat.
Me too.
And people are subbing to each other, which is great.
I love that.
Yeah, so do I. You know,
Yeah.
'cause we see our channels growing and their channels are growing, but it's not about the channels growing. It's about the community that we've got in our little community. Oh, guess who's in now? Vlog from the bog, Barry. Hello, Barry. Nice to see you in here. Hope you enjoy joining with the rest on here. So,
Bossman, I can't.
So, Jenna,
Bossman,
yeah. So, could you tell us about when you got dressed up as Wonder Woman?
do you know what? Right, Keith, I was actually going to come on as Wonder Woman today.
Oh, what a shame. Do you want to nip off for 5 minutes and put the costume on?
And if you want me to. Want me to?
Does anybody want Jenna to put the Wonder Woman outfit on? The fellas who are watching it.
I'll put the headband on if you want.
Yeah, go on then. Just put it on if you like then.
Don't put the headband
Yes,
on.
but Martin 76 says yes.
I'll just do the headband. See, anyway, isn't it?
Aussie Mark said yes, please. I think you've got some male viewers who would like that.
I'll put the headband on for you.
Okay then, Flower.
I'm going to do it. Okay. Well, I'll let Maxie take over this interview for 2 minutes then. Yeah.
So she's just leaving us for a second or two. Uncle Dan, I subscribe. So I thank you all for coming in and taking part in this one-to-one interview with Jenna, and I hope we're all learning something about this wonderful young lady. I want to have to do CPR. Not for me, Random. I'm all right. It's these other young gentlemen, you know. I'm too old. Oh, Jeanette Pickering's just said, calm down, Keith. And I'm looking forward to that lemon drizzle tomorrow, Jeanette, when you come round. Yeah, I see Max is looking at me. Yes. And he's a bit, well, he looks a bit sleepy now, doesn't he? I hope she's putting the full costume on, fellas. And then I would need CPR then. So what have you all been up to today? Oh yeah, well, it's a pleasure. Come in and join the community anytime. Anytime. The Boss Band's always on doing live streams, and Random Life Productions is coming back. The download browser kept crashing. Hello, Granny Monster. Nice to have you in as well. Been watching some of your videos today. Been trying to catch up on the latest batch. Bossman says, hi, Granny, then. And Mary Read does. It's all right, Granny. I've lost the person who I'm interviewing, Jenna, because she's putting on the Wonder Woman outfit. That's why all the fellas in the chat are getting a bit hot under the collar, like me. Granny Monster's in. That looks nice.
Hi, I have to come as Wonder Woman now.
Yeah. So Wonder Woman. If you wear Wonder Woman,
I am. Have you ever seen me and Wonder Woman in the same room together? That's all I'm asking.
No, I haven't. Yes. Okay. I take the point. What would you do for humanity then?
Oh.
With the powers you've got, what would you do?
Oh gosh. Food around and fresh. Is Wonder Woman like strong enough to stop all these storms?
Yeah, I think so.
Could
Yeah.
I stop it all? I'd do it all. I'd do it all. I'd do.
Oh, I like what I've got feedback again.
No, not me.
Yeah, I have. No, it's gone again. No, is it?
No.
Yeah.
This is actually going to come off though, because I didn't even wear that when I did dress up as Wonder Woman, but I thought I'll put it on, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Ozzy Mark says you look different in the movie Wonder Woman.
That's because in the movie I get like proper like makeup artists doing it and stuff. You know, this is just me in my PJs chilling. This is what Wonder Woman looks like when she's not doing nothing and she's at home with her feet up.
Oh, and yeah, we've had enough of Wonder Woman now. Then people on here. Another thing that I watched was your son doing your makeup. Now, I thought he did a brilliant job with the lipstick, but the eye makeup, well, no, I didn't think it improved your
I think I looked like a Dalmatian. I had like one black eye and like one white eye, and I was like,
so
fun. I must admit, we had fun.
Yeah, so do you let him do your makeup every morning then now?
Maybe Halloween.
Yeah, that'd be all right, because he'd do a good job then.
Yeah, because if I was doing it, I'd still be trying to perfect it. Where you just go, throw it on.
Yeah, but he's good at the lipstick, though. I'll give him that. He's brilliant, you know. I mean, I don't know whether he's going to take it up, but he's very good makeup artist for Wonder Woman.
He hasn't been practicing, I think.
We've got beauty on a budget. Bella's in the house. Hello, Bella.
Hi, everybody who I haven't said hi to. I'm just talking to Keith, and I've not really been checking on the chat. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we're doing ever so well tonight. We really are. So I also watched a video where you said you'd like to go. But if you had the opportunity to visit any country in the world or any place, where would you choose?
3. So I'd like to visit Australia. Anywhere really in Australia. And then in America, I'd like to visit New York.
Well,
they're my 3.
Yeah, go on, Jenna, sorry.
No, they're my 3 like bucket lists of things places I'd like to go. So
if you had the opportunity, and this is just putting it out to Aussie Mark, would you go and stop at Aussie Mark's or Viddy G's?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Aussie Mark just at the minute. Goes.
Yeah.
But I've known Vinny a little bit.
Yeah, 2 great guys. Or if you had a chance of travelling with RLP, Random Life Productions, would you go and have a meet up over in Boston with Monica McKillicuddy?
Who's Monica?
It's one who I subscribe. She's a beauty diva on YouTube. So you haven't subscribed to her?
No.
Oh, you want to go
No,
over to
I
her?
haven't.
You want to go over to her channel? She's a great beauty diva, great gal. She's one of. I was introduced to her channel by random. So, Granny M. Oh, no.
I'll go to your subscribers list and I'll go with some. Not in now, is she?
Yeah, and we've got people on from New York City. So I mean, you could go to, you know, because if you like me, I just invite myself, Jenna. It's the best way, because if
a YouTube holiday, like a YouTuber's holiday.
Yeah. I'm up for the idea. I hope Bossman is as well. Oh, and Martin76, you're welcome to go to Scotland.
Ooh.
See, so look, see, I get you invites on here, don't I? You know, I'm a travel agent
should have
now.
came as a holiday.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, we used to always go to Tunisia.
Yeah.
Literally, we were back, I think, a week and a half, 2 weeks after what happened. And it's kind of been like you're never going back there again. Because my son absolutely loved it, and we met people out there from obviously other holiday makers out there, and they go back every year. So we kind of like made lots of friends over there, and we did, and it was like, you know, the place to go was quite decent, so we did love it, and our hotel was on the beach too. But then after what happened there, my family were like, you're never going again, and I'm like, well, at the time I was like, well, no, I still want to go. And then they're like, well, you're not taking a juice then. So I kind of stopped wanting to go anyway as time went on. So I don't think we'd ever visit there again.
Yeah, you've got an invite down to Kent if you'd like to go, Bossman says.
Woohoo! Told ya. YouTuber party. We'll have to have like one of them little get-togethers.
That would be good, you know. Yeah, and London's the place, isn't it? You know. But you know, I'll stop at Bossman's. You can stop at Gale's.
I like Granny Monsters.
Yeah, Granny crossed the Mersey. Chuckle. Yeah. You could. Yeah. I think Granny would love Liverpool, wouldn't she? Visiting the Beatles where they played the Cavern and what?
Granny Monster would fit in perfectly in Liverpool.
Yeah. So there you are, Granny. You've got an invitation. So, oh yes, number 10 question: who inspires you the most? Excluding your son, because I know he inspires you the most, but who else?
That was good.
Who else inspires you on YouTube first and in life in general?
YouTube, the first, I think, to be honest with you, the first lady I actually met on YouTube who sort of I was drawn to, who I thought was like amazing, was probably Bama Girl Amy. Probably still is, but there's just so many, because I'm subscribed to like nearly 1,000 channels. The list is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But that's a really hard question, because I would have actually said my son.
Yeah.
Because he's just such a warrior, and he just gets on with things. You would never think there's anything wrong with him. He doesn't let it hold him back. So that's kind of like squash my answer. I think a lot of people out there, to be honest, I think people who I see on TV, to be honest, like all the people who have like lost people in like I think those parents especially who lose the kids. And even if I don't know them, because I kind of think, I do wonder how people can go on. Obviously, meningitis, septicemia, was, and I can always remember it was, if he doesn't pull through, then I'm not going to carry on. And I remember
Have you seen that?
saying,
Have you seen that comment Bossman's just made?
the one about the double bed.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. No, I hope he's got 2 singles. I don't mind a single, but not a double, please.
Hi, Nesta.
Yeah, Nesta's on. Oh, hello, Nesta.
No, yeah, I think that, because I know for a fact that I was actually willing to actually kill myself if he didn't make it. So I think people, even that I don't know, just seeing or hearing about people who have lost the kids, I think, wow, you know, what am I complaining about, you know?
Yeah.
Over little tiny things. But yeah, just people like that in general, I think.
Yeah. I'm just looking at what they're saying. Random Life. I've got Spider-Man pajamas. Well, that's news to me. Really is. Let me see. Chris Grimes is.
Yeah, but you don't wear pajamas, do you, Keith?
No. And then Barry says, I snore. I wonder how he knows that. You know, I've never been down to Vlog from the Bog's house. Never. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, yeah, they're getting at me. You know, it must be the wallpaper tonight.
Yeah, we've got pink and purple here. We've got pink and purple. We've got Nesta. We've got Granny.
Yeah, yeah, all the big names. And we're back up to 20 watching.
Oh, the ladies.
So Keith sleeps.
I haven't really noticed who's in.
Yeah. Barry, please don't tell everyone.
Just wait to see.
Yeah. So here's another question for you then. If you could go back in time, who and what period of time, who would you be and what period of time would you like to go back to?
I done this video. I didn't say who I'd be, but I said I'd like to go back into the 60s and just live in that era of change where everything was changing. And then, like I said, I'd like to have like met the craze, or, you know, sort of seeing how they actually were. So
Yeah.
who I'd be, I don't know who I'd like to be. I know I'd like to be.
Go on, Jenna. Yeah.
No, I'd like to be Wonder Woman.
Yes, we know that. Yeah. Yes, we know that. But I can't remember what time period she was from. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or before that. Can anyone enlighten me when Wonder Woman came out in the comics, please? Because I haven't researched that.
Anybody?
Do you know?
A real life Wonder Woman. But I've said, yeah, the 60s, 3 seconds.
Yeah, 60s, 3 seconds. How did we get on that subject again?
It was bound to happen.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Jeffy's World in. Wow, hello, Jeffy. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you on here.
Hello, Dan.
And Bossman would like to.
1920.
Yeah, I wonder why he'd like to go back to the 1920s. I should have asked that question to him. Why would you like to go back to the 1920s then, Bossman?
Thanks, Mark.
Who is Jeffy? Never heard no Martin. I know that. Yeah. So
I don't know who Jeffy is. I probably don't know about 30% of the people in here.
Yeah. Well, Jeffy's World is Vlog from the Bog's brother. He's a gamer, and him and Barry do a channel where they're both together. So I hope everyone in the chat who hasn't already subscribed to Jenna, please go over to her channel. I haven't got a link for your channel, have I? Or did I?
You want me to just comment? Like, leave a comment?
Yeah. But if you look, have a look through and see if you would like to comment. Comics was a 40s TV series was 70s. Oh.
I've just left a little comment, so you can just click on my name. I will sub you back, guys. Oh, thanks, Nesta.
She is the best, yes. Very good.
Oh, thank you so much.
And your channel is growing. It's like I see that Random Life got to the 500 sub mark, and Amber got to the 500 sub mark, and AKA Our Life got to the 1,000 mark. Pix is not that far away.
I came into the live stream twice. It took us like the second stream, and we finally got there.
Yeah, there's quite a few I'm not subscribed to either, so I'll have to get subscribing to them.
That's good. Oh, thanks, Alex. I'll sub you back. And Dan, I'll sub you back too. Oh, Pixie flying away from 1,000. Yeah,
well, let's hope he doesn't get there till Sunday night, Subfest.
That'd be good. Random Life need 9 more too.
Here's another question then. How long have you had Maxie?
Maxie will be 5 in November. It was a story that like my son always wanted a dog, but I always thought he was too young. Actually died and was like, Mum, I'm gonna wish on that star for a dog. I was like, oh, so sweet. But I was like, right. So I know how much he wants a dog, but he's still too young. And I think when he was, what was he, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yeah, 7, for his 7th birthday, it was kind of like his birthday was in the February. His birthday's the 13th of February, but on the 13th of January, it was just one of them things where I thought, right, I best start looking now. Puppies. And I came across a guy who owns a farm in Wales with working dogs, and he was selling them like full pedigree for £90, which is obviously you can get dogs now at 500, 600,000 pounds. So I thought, right, that's quite. I think it was 7 weeks old when he posted the comments. By the time by the time I went down there, it was later because there was only 2 left. But I didn't tell Idris I was going. Didn't even tell him he was allowed. He was getting the dog. Yeah. So I said to my mum, "Do you mind looking after him while like my stepdad takes me down to Wales to pick the dog up?" Didn't know which one we were getting yet. So it goes down, and then as soon as I walked in, it was in this little shed. As soon as I walked in, he was just sitting there, with ears up. It was like if it was a movie, it would be like love at first sight. It's like eyes meeting as soon as you walk into a room. I will always remember it. So it was like I walked in and we just ding, eye contact with the dog. It was amazing. And there was another dog, another male. It's like this little like chunky one. He was like the little skinny, to be honest. And then there's a little fat one that was just asleep. And I just went, right, I want that one. And then my stepdad was like, don't you want to look at the other one first? And I'm like, no, I want that one. So even the farmer who was selling them was like, well, come on, have a look at this one as well. And I picked it up and he picked it up and it just looked at me and then curled back round and went asleep. I was like, no, I still want. So obviously just give him the money, took the dog. I was dead crazy as well because the collies, the mum and dad's, was like one was like in front of the car and one was behind the car. It was weird. I was like, why would they let us out? It's like you're not taking our babies. It was so weird. Wrapped him up in a blanket, drove all the way home with him. Walked in to my mum's with the dog, and I was like, Idris, I've got a surprise for you. And the dog, he burst into tears. It was like a full-on like movie scene. And I didn't record it then. I weren't big on like obviously recording things. Have you seen the Christmas video?
Yes, I
from when he
watched
opened his
that.
present?
Yeah,
It was like 20 times more tears than that. He actually he didn't even like hold the dog or stroke the dog. He was that. He went and hid under the table to cry. So then I was crying. It's all happy tears. I was crying. My mum was crying. We were all crying for about an hour. Calm down. It was such a moment. That's all I can describe it as. And now he's a little hotter.
Yes, we have seen on your live streams. And yes. So what have I got? Oh, yes. Now, this one interested me. Have you got potential to go to the Olympics in one of your hobbies? Because who was it who did well? She's now professional. She's having a first professional fight. So, because I see one of your hobbies is boxing. So, how did you get into that? Such a lovely person as you know, knocking hell out of other people.
The thing is, I don't really get to do that because I am the only girl. So I can't obviously box with a man. And when we do have girls there, they don't generally last long enough to get, to build the skills up to go in the ring, because our club does it's a really strict club and it is really hard work. I mean, your fitness level's got to be up there, which obviously mine isn't. But they go and have competitions. They go and do actual boxing matches. So girls tend not to stay long. As a girl who will stay long enough to build the skills up, then I can't really go and fight.
Well, I noticed on here in the comments, sorry about that, Jenna, that Random Life Productions' niece does boxing too. So, you'll have to get together with Random Life's niece. And Crimson also used to have a punching bag. Yeah, his dad. That's right, innit, Crim? Yeah. Sorry about that, Crimson, because we've got Crimson in the chat now. And Pixie's channel. I used to box. I had 2 fights. One last one. That's a good one. So, has anybody got any questions for the lovely Jenna that they want to know about her?
Hi,
Amber. Have you got anything to ask her, Amber? No, I don't think she sings. Do you?
I love singing, but I can't sing.
Yeah. So, the last question then that I've got here for you, how do you see your channel developing? In what ways would you like to develop your channel?
Oh, sorry. Can I just answer Martin's question? Sorry.
Yeah. By all means, yeah.
Sorry. She's out of hospital and she's doing well. What happened was when she was at home, she kind of lost the confidence to go out, if that makes sense. So she's just building confidence to go out. A really, really bad water infection now since she's come out of hospital. Like the doctors 3 times asking her for a water sample because it's still coming back. Like, what was it?
How she is, how your mother is.
yeah, some sort of infection. So apart from that, she'll get there. Thank you, Martin, though, for asking. Thank you so much.
Yeah. That's one of the things I was going to ask how your mother was, because I noticed she doesn't like being on your videos, because one of the videos I watched was where she said, "Get that camera out of my face," and then
But
another one.
She loves it really.
Yeah, and then the other one was when you secretly filmed it, So, but that's and we've got Fishy Comics in, and I did see what was the question? Someone put down. I'm just having a look. Oh yeah, Crimson said, "Would you be an actor?" I can see it as an actor.
Shannon takes them straight away, Sally Crimson. Yes, I'd love to if I could act. But no, yeah, I'd love to actually on TV and acting. That would be amazing.
As Wonder
I would
Woman.
love it.
Just as Wonder Woman or any other.
I'd love to be. I'd want to be like an action star. Apart from me back, I've always been quite active. I've literally just started like seeing a chiropractor to see if they can do anything. But yeah, again, if I could have that time to go back to school, I'd love to take things up like drama. I actually wanted to join the police, to be honest, a few years ago. I just love things, if obviously.
Yeah.
I wish I'd done like criminology and drama and just mixed it up a little bit to the things that I like now.
So haven't you got amateur dramatic society in your area or in Liverpool?
No.
And because I mean anybody can go to them and join them.
No, my son loves drama, and they do drama in Girls and Academy, so it's like it is like drama and an art kind of place. And drama at the minute.
Yeah.
So, I'd love it if he went into something like that. But yeah, I do wish I could go back to school and I'd do these kind of things that I chance to do.
Well, you're never too old, Jenna. You can always take up adult education. And you are only 21, so you've got plenty of time on your side.
Oh, Martin, I'm so sorry about that. God, yeah, it's bad enough when you think that that's gotta happen, let alone when it does happen. Sorry, I just wanted to reply to Martin. I didn't want to think I was ignoring him.
Yeah, it's all right. That's better.
You be all right there, Keith?
Oh, that's Fish telling me. Don't worry, me. That's it. Is that any better, Fish, for you? It's only because the wife's watching the TV in the bedroom, so yeah, she's not asleep tonight. Oh yeah, So she says to me before I came on, "Don't be on long." So I can't.
I'm going to be Jenna now. I'm not going to be Wonder Woman. I'm going to be Jenna because this is annoying me.
Is it? So you did say
a little bit
on one of your streams that you are getting a faster broadband in a couple of weeks.
No, I've already changed it.
Yeah.
But it takes a couple of weeks to actually like start up. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
But I think that will help with the channel.
Yeah, it will do.
The quality is better. Also, I do want to get a better phone as well because I do all like videos on my phone.
Yeah, is that what you use for filming all the time then, Jenna?
Yeah. Obviously, my son started YouTube first, and it used to annoy me because he'd always just be YouTube this, YouTube that, but literally like eats and sleeps YouTube. And I was like, you know what? I'll actually have a look at what it is. And you know what? I'd actually, if you can't beat them, join them. That's how that came across with the ADHD, I thought that might be a helpful thing to have. And then since then, it's just been. I think as I've got like more and more subscribers, I've thought of doing different types of videos and just sort of have it as a all-rounder channel.
Yeah.
Just a bit of fun and a bit of support, or some.
Yeah, well, I mean, I see that you've got into this Subfest. So could you tell us a bit about that collab with Bossman on that Subfest? What it's all about, what the idea is behind it.
I can't remember if it was in one of my live streams or someone else's live stream, but someone was saying they do Subfests. Again, it was a time difference. The people in the UK wouldn't be up at the same time. I can't remember who because obviously I don't think it's someone that I was sub to, so it must have been someone else's stream.
Yeah.
And like obviously inviting me to it and stuff, and I was just like, there's just no way I'm gonna get into that like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Somebody else like on the UK side of it that did actual Subfest. Obviously people do live streams and we chat and we do things like that, but we don't sit there making sure people are actually making friends, interacting with like the person who's doing the live stream. We wanted them to start interacting with each other. See how Bossman got into it was coming on camera and helping me out, and then we just was like, okay, should we do that again? It just came literally just from, well, should we do it again? Because if you ever watch my first live stream on my Subfest, I was like, so yeah, they switched them, and everyone was going to breathe, and I'm like, I can't keep up. And give me a hand, because it was just like sub, and I literally couldn't keep up. I was like out of breath, and it did take off quite quickly, to be honest. And if we do it, we're getting more and more people watching, which is great.
Yeah.
And it helps everybody else out.
Yeah. So how many subscribers are you up to now?
Oh, I was on 6. Oh, I was on 6, 7, 8 earlier on today, but I haven't checked it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I've just checked mine, and I'm still on the same. I'm on 848, so I'm still 100 behind the 2 guys, or just a bit more than 100. So they're gonna get to the 1,000 long before me, because I've been doing some research on AKA Our Life, because they've got to the 1,000 now, and they're doing a giveaway. And when you look, going back, I think 8 months, they only had 100 subscribers. So in 8 months, they've really shot up because they've worked at the channel.
It is kind of like crazy how you think you can get so far when you started from nothing.
Yeah, 685 you've got now. So you're not far from the 700 mark.
Thank you so much. I actually like remember, because I think the makeup thing with my son, I think was for 100 subs.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Thanks everybody who has subbed me tonight. I can't remember what I was going to say then. I can't remember what I was going to say.
About the 100 sub mark, the video you did.
No, there was something before that.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I literally had to have an MRI scan on my brain because of my memory. But it's the medication that I'm on that makes me go like this. Oh. What did you say? What were you saying about? Oh, that's what I was going to say. You are constantly taking subs. that's what it's always. You go, oh my god, yeah, I've got them subs, and then when you check like an hour later, it's like, where did they go? I've gone back down again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that is the problem, that we don't want subs. We want people who are going to take part in the community that we've built up on YouTube, because we're all small YouTubers, and it's far better. I had this conversation on Hangouts with somebody on a private Hangout, that it's not about the views, it's not about how many subs you get. It's about the people who interact with you or your channel. That's what you really want. People who make comments, people who watch your videos. So anybody can have 1,000 subscribers or get there eventually, but how many actually comment on your videos? Which is, you know,
that's so.
And because I do all this research, whenever I interview anybody, you know, like you have a core of about 25 people who comment on every one of your videos.
Yeah, I do. I must admit, I do have a really loyal subscriber base, but it is crazy because to be one of them people who go on Facebook all the time, and that would be where I socialised. And I used to think YouTube was just like faceless views, basically. I used to think, right, that's it. You make a video, you upload it, people watch it, and that was it. But since I'm gonna say the last 6 months, I'm probably barely on Facebook anymore, because when I want to go and socialise, I come and socialise on YouTube. I don't really, people are like, oh, to get messaged on Facebook or to see it. I'm like, I really didn't. YouTube now. I probably interact more with like my subscribers than I do my actual friends.
Yeah, yeah.
And I never, ever, ever would have dreamed that YouTube was such like a social community. So I that was a pleasant surprise to realise that, you know what, you can socialise with these people who are actually taking their time out to watch your video.
Yeah, yeah, which is what I think all of us are like that, aren't we? You know, on the YouTube community.
I would never have thought that. Like I said, before I started my channel, it was like faceless views.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But now you look at the friends you've got on it.
I know, it is amazing. Like, obviously, I do watch a lot of people's videos, but then sometimes I'm finding myself typing in the name, and as soon as I get like the second letter, it's already come up in paper where I always search them.
Yeah.
I do, you know, I have made a lot of friends, and like I said, I've never met anybody on YouTube, but then I've probably talked to them more than me actual friends, which I do think is crazy. I enjoy it. It is the community, like you say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's an amazing one.
Yeah. So just a few more questions then. What's your favourite musician or band or group? Is it? Yeah, I'll leave it at that. What's your favourite type of music? And your band?
I used to really be into like R&B.
Yeah.
But I could not tell you now what is in the charts, because at the minute it's absolute crap. So I tend to find myself listening to old, like my favourites from a couple of years ago. I also absolutely love Motown, like again 60s Motown.
Motown, yeah, yeah.
I probably tend to listen more to Motown than anywhere. Like, it's my birthday in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was only 3 weeks the other day. 2 weeks, and because I'm sick of going to the same places, same music, because I think today all the music's all the same. It's all commercialized. You know, everyone who had their own style are now in, you know, the same crap that you hear everywhere. So this time I'm going down to Matthew Street, which again is known for the Beatles, but it's also lots of like and 80s clubs. So I thought I'd do something different rather than listening to the same commercialised music that's going around. Fed up of it. And now I'm definitely no, because I remember used to saying to my mum, you know, like when she'd play old music back, you know, and you're like, oh God, what are you listening to? This isn't very good. And now I'm exactly the same. Like, what kind of music are you listening to?
Yeah, yeah.
Turn that music down. What are you listening to? And I'm like that now.
Yeah. And what music does your son like? Is he the same as you?
Do you know what? He loves Tom Jones.
Tom Jones?
He loves Tom Jones. He's not an actual... He goes upstairs. He's not... obviously, when I was younger, I'd go upstairs, and the first thing I'd do when I go to my room is put music on. So I used to always listen to music. I was big into music. But he's not like that. Instead of going upstairs and putting the music on, he goes upstairs and puts YouTube on. So he's more computer focused than anything else. So, yeah, he's not your typical child.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that then. So we've been on just over an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes, I think now.
Wow.
So I'm going to call it, if you don't mind, tonight, because I've had two late nights, and I don't know whether Bossman is going live after my one-to-one. Fishy Comics has just said 40s to 60s era is his era. So
that is it.
So
Best thing.
So I thank you for coming on this one-to-one with me, Jenna, and I hope you've enjoyed the experience.
I have, and you know what? Time's gone so quickly, because you say time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, agreed on that. And I want to say, and Jenna does, thank you for all those who took part in the chat, and we'll see you all on Subfest on Sunday night at 8:30 UK time, and that's on Bossman's channel this week, isn't it? And Bossman has just said he's going live at 10:15. So if you all want to go over there, and we all appreciate you taking part in the chat. So I'm finishing the live broadcast, so you can stay on, Jenna. Bye then, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Keith, thanks for having me.